In a New York Times interview, Hasan Piker says that many understand Luigi Mangione killing CEO Brian Thompson because Thompson was himself guilty of social murder. Social murder. Piker is worth 12 mil. Free speech, liberal adjunct professor, by the way. But of course, Israeli flag in the bio. Give well estimates it costs $5,000 to save a life via charity. So Piker, by keeping his money by his own logic, is socially murdering 200 people a year. Monster. I don't think this guy understands anything. I very clearly define what social murder is. I don't know if they, mention it in the clip, but
Engels wrote about the concept of social murder, and Brian Thompson, as the United Healthcare CEO, was engaging in a tremendous amount of social murder, the systematized forms of violence, the structural violence of poverty, the for-profit paywalled system of healthcare in this country, and the consequences of that are tremendous amounts of pain, tremendous amounts of violence, tremendous amounts of deaths. And that was a fascinating story for me, because Americans are very draconian about crime and punishment. They're very black and white on this issue. And yet, because of the pervasive pain that the private healthcare system had created for the average American, I saw so many people immediately understand why this death had taken place.
I mean, that's pretty. This clip doesn't actually, like, what is the anger here? In an interview with New York Times, Hasan Piker said that many understand Luigi Mangione killed United CEO Brian Thompson because Thompson was himself guilty of social murder. I'm so confused. Like, this clip makes it clear. What the fuck? That's not me endorsing it, and I don't endorse it. What is happening, man? What the fuck is going on? Is there a reason to talk anymore? Should we just assume the worst of others? Like, when I get people who email me with anger about some shit I didn't say, I just respond with, hi, do you have any corrections on anything I said? And they never respond. What the fuck are we doing?
Social murder.
Do people just think like explaining something is an explicit endorsement? Is that where we're at? If someone kills Hasan Piker, I won't support it, but I'll understand it because Piker is guilty of stochastic terrorism. This is how a lot of people think, yes, in most cases, not just politics. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is going on? Why are people like this? I don't know. I don't know how to continue. I could just explain something as clearly as possible. In that 1 minute clip, I very clearly explain a concept and then talk about why people's perception of the Luigi Mangione alleged murder was so shocking to even someone like myself, who has an understanding that Americans are very draconian otherwise. And I don't even this is yet another one of those instances where the clip itself actually is not even out of context. Very strange. You assume they watched the clip, and then this guy just guy with a beeper in his bio, pro-Israel guy, of course, is yeah, someone basically saying someone should kill Hasan. Okay, man. Good luck, I guess. Your haters are literally insane. Why would anyone demand Democrats be in a relationship with someone who sounds like my psychopathic ex-husband? Why? Okay, so I try not to project, but I can now objectively say he sounds exactly like my ex-husband because this is exactly what my ex-husband has literally said. Huh? Go to therapy. What the fuck? What is this? Look at this one. If Hasan Piker was guilty of social... Okay, this has 0 likes. At this point, you're literally just posting... Are you posting your own tweets? What the fuck is happening? And no, that's not how social murder works. Oh my God. And I wasn't even endorsing it. I literally talk about the problems with adventurism in this same fucking video. Ugh. What are you gonna do? Whatever, dude. Yeah, sure. You got me, I guess. I don't fucking know. I give up. I give up on trying to explain things that are explained in the video that people refuse to understand because they They're just so angry. Bro. I think I've decided I'm giving up. I've decided I'm giving up because, like, look at this. Look. Would you steal from the Louvre? Hasan, yes. This doesn't even make conceptual sense in the leftist worldview. The Louvre and almost all of its art are owned by the French state. This is just pointless, destructive, angry nihilism. I didn't realize that this New York Times podcast would be interpreted in the most autistic manner possible. Would you steal from the Louvre? Yes. I would not be logistically capable of executing such a fact, but I would cheer on every news story of people that I see doing it. Absolutely. I follow up by saying, I think it's cool. We got to get back to cool crimes like that. Bank robberies, stealing priceless artifacts, things of that nature. I feel like that's way cooler than the 7,000th new cryptocurrency scheme that people are engaging in. Would you steal from Whole Foods? Yes, and I have under very specific circumstances, all this stuff. Okay. And then this person continues to debate people going, is this rage bait, or do you sincerely think Hasan Piker wants to steal from the Louvre? These were genuine answers about various types of theft they consider moral versus immoral, asked in the context of a New York Times interview. See, a normal person would read that excerpt and interpret getting back to the cool crimes like bank robberies and heists as a joke. He makes a joke, but it comes after a genuine answer. Notably, Tolentino was completely serious as well. Do you guys ever think, like, when you're writing this stuff, do you think you might be too autistic? Like, is that ever a thought that's in your mind where you're like, perhaps I am fucking capable of reading what was going on? Because sometimes I think, like, is this person fucking real? Like, is this person actually being sincere with this assessment, with this interpretation? Or are they just, like, being cynical and they're behaving as though, they're cynically claiming that I'm being sincere in my answer? Okay. And then he even goes on to say he wouldn't steal from a city-run grocery store because it's taxpayer-funded, Lamau. Oh, my God. That was a serious answer. Not all of them are serious answers. Now you're just using autistic as a pejorative. It's all aesthetic criterion. They have no deeper rationale. Maybe the leftists of yore did, maybe, but not these people. Y'all have to discern when you're being trolled. These were genuine answers about various types of theft they considered moral versus immoral, asked in the context of a New York Times interview. First of all, you're making it seem like this is a serious back and forth. It's not like a New York Times interview, okay? This is not like a serious New York Times interview. I was an op-ed for one of their podcasts, okay? It's not like, this isn't like a serious conversation. And even if it was, you can still discern that I'm making jokes. In the span of 2 hours, Hasan Piker sparks backlash with Luigi Mangione remarks, claims Slain CEO engaged in social murder. Hasan Piker speaks about Luigi Mangione case and podcast appearance. Hasan Piker discussed being pro-stealing from corporations. What the fuck is happening? New York Times is the opportunity of a lifetime. It's entirely incomprehensible that any person speaking to the New York Times could possibly even be the slightest bit insincere, sir. Yeah, that's probably what it is, right? Of course, Noah Smith believes you want to rob the lure. Hasan sucks. What is happening? Harming people is cool. Is a pretty good summary of what these people and their followers stand for. It's a targeted hit job. You have a lot of very powerful and wealthy enemies, and they see you gaining traction. I just don't. Okay, guys, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. It's not that I have a lot of people that, are up my ass. I know that already. What I don't comprehend is how people are incapable of reading a joke. Okay? How is it that there are so many people who look at this and once again, they do this thing that I also don't understand, because they're clearly putting the context that makes it obvious that I'm fucking joking. What the fuck? To that I say,
legalize comedy.
I don't get it. They're not incapable. It's malicious. I'm autistic. And when I don't know something is a joke or not, I don't join in. I mean, many people don't do that. I'm still on the fence between brain damage and intentionally weaponizing ignorance. I don't get it. RIP media literacy, though. Actually, it's gone. It's over. It's over. It's over. I'm so cooked. We're so cooked. We're just fucking cooked. There's no way to salvage this country. There's no way to salvage America. I think we're so dusted. Every day I feel like it gets worse. That person deleted their tweet, I think. What the fuck, man? What the fuck is going on? Chickens coming home to roost. Keep Connecticut out of your mouth. Chris Murphy sends his regards. Yes. Yes. It's Chris Murphy's revenge. I don't care. I'm a goddamn American. I'm going to keep saying Louvre, okay? Louvre. 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 Is that good? Am I saying it right? Am I saying it right? How the fuck do Americans say it? Louvre. Are you going insane? I am. Don't say croissant. Don't say croissant. Say croissant. Croissant is croissant. Shut the fuck up. This goddamn country didn't liberate Europe from the fucking Nazis so I can say croissant the right way. Shut up. It's called freedom fries, damn it. Anyway, Hasan wouldn't even be able to rob the Louvre. He doesn't believe the real things are on display. That's true, I don't. Most personal, I've been attacked as a French American after years of watching. I apologize. The more I hear from this guy, the more I stand by my original assessment. The through line of his entire oeuvre is glazing and stoking political violence, which makes sense because he's hostile to liberal democracy and mutual toleration it encourages. Yes, no Dem in Tennessee likes him where I'm at in Nashville. Agree completely. Sorry, Tim. Sarah Longwell is such a idiot, dude. It's so unbelievable. Was asked to speak on. Hold on. Sarah responded, kill Rick Scott, kill landlords, cuddle up the murderous authoritarian regimes. It's the whole package. Also, illiterate would be an inability to read, not simply hear clearly the words coming out of your mouth. At some point, folks will get to these unhinged ladies. The text on Piker just revealed the author's APAC Third Way Stooges. I don't know what the fuck this lady's deal is. I don't know what her problem is. She is so mad at me. It is crazy. She said, I'm not illiterate. I'm just stupid. I'll leave it as an exercise of the reader to determine whether this exchange, the context of a New York Times interview, are people joking at any point. Oh my God. Oh my God. They cut the part that clearly is the... God, that's such an asshole thing to do. These people are ops. I swear to God. I like that this also still kind of shows that I'm memeing though. Would you steal a car? Like I bring up I would steal a car. Why'd you delete the other tweet with the rest of the exchange after people laughed at you? I find it odd that all the rest of his statements are things he sincerely believes and the questions are after answered in full sincerity, but the lure one is supposedly just a joke. Yeah, you find a lot of things odd. You find a lot of things odd, don't you? I just don't understand. Sure, I guess I should just say, I don't think I understood what you were trying to say just from reading it. God. Was the drunk driving lobbying Sarah Longwell did violent enough for this logic? No, I don't shit on her for that because I agree with her on that, remember? You had to explain you wouldn't download a car, boomer. I know. Poster is 100% on the spectrum. You could tell by their post, and there's nothing you could do to reach an autistic liberal. These people's brains will leak through their nose and ears when they find out about your fear on podcasts. I know. It's so fucking strange, man. Brother, you can't also say ethnic Georgian. They're going to think you're talking about the state and not the country. About Joseph Stalin? I think people understand. I mean, the country.